Window to My Soul is a 12-track album. It's an eclectic mix of blues, blues rock, rock, and one song that might be considered a country crossover type tune. The first 5 songs of the album are blues rock type songs. I certainly used blues chord progressions in the creation of the songs. 4 of the songs are tunes that have lyrics that talk about having hard knocks in life and the struggles we go through in life, but also being able to pick yourself up and move on and put those hard knocks behind us and move on to better things in life. One of the songs that is a blues rock type song is called Penny and Alexander. That song is a story that I sort of dreamed up, and it's a story about 2 young people that fall in love, but they have grown up on different sides of the tracks, if you will. Different sides of town, different sides of economic backgrounds, and different types of lifestyles. But they fall in love and they love each other, and they have to deal with all the ramifications that go along with that type of relationship. It's a fun song. There are 2 songs on the album that might be considered rock ballads. One of the songs is called Eternal Rest, and that song is a song that deals with love of a person after their death, after the loss of a loved one, and that love for that person still continues on, and how hard that is. And this is something that we all deal with. I tried to capture the moment, and I tried to capture what that is like, because we all have lost loved ones, and our feelings for those loved ones never go away. There's another song that might be considered a rock ballad, and it's called Mending Broken Bridges. And that song deals with family tragedy and dealing with a bad situation, and then leaning on friends and loved ones and family members to help you get through these hard times. There are 3 songs on the album that might be considered big rock type songs. They kind of have that big rock, heavy rock type sound. 2 of them are just sort of fun party songs. One is called Let Your Heart Beat, and the other is called Put All Your Fears Away. Then there's one that sort of has that big rock sound, and it's called Singing From My Soul. And that's a song that has a message. It deals with the struggles that people are going through in this day and age, with the rising cost of things like healthcare and inflation in general, and people's paychecks not keeping up with inflation and the rising costs of things like healthcare and other things in our society right now that are whittling away a person's buying power. And these are people, myself included, but people that I know, young families, people that I've worked with, who have told me their stories. So I thought I could capture that in a song by putting that all together and sort of telling a story of how people are frustrated and how things need to get better for us here. There's one song on the album that started out as just me goofing around with a drum solo, and I made this 7.5-minute drum solo just for fun, and I showed it to a couple people, and they told me, you ought to take that song and shorten the drum solo and put a song around it. And so I did. And I ended up writing a song called Sing With Me. And I brought in some singers, background singers, to sing along with me. And that's actually a live version. The song that is called John's Song. That song kind of has an interesting story behind it. What happened with that song is this. A good friend of ours passed away recently, and the day of his funeral, that night, a bunch of my good friends, I'm talking about Henry Zinich and John Brown and Jason Blanco, they ended up over at my house. And we were just sitting around talking about things, and John Brown had been gone for about 25 years, and he'd just recently moved back. and he wanted to know how we write these songs. He says, you know, show me how you do this. Show me how you write these songs. I want to see how it's done. So Henry had an idea for a song, but all it was just this: don't close your eyes when I kiss you, baby. And that's all he had. So we took that and we worked it and we worked it and we came up with what is the chorus of the song on the record. Don't close your eyes when I kiss you, baby. So then we went around the room and we started trying to come up with lyrics that would be the verses for the song. And each guy would give us an idea of what he might think is a good verse. And it was pretty cool because we were able to critique it right at the time. Yeah, that's good. Let's use it. Or no, that's no good. Let's think of something better. So we went around the room doing that for about an hour, hour and a half. And we pulled some guitars out and started working some melodies and put some things together and created a bridge for the song. And by the end of the night, we had the song. So the next day, I took it and recorded it and mixed it and tweaked it and eventually came up with John's song, the song that you hear on the record. We didn't really know what to call it, so we called it John's song because John Brown was the guy that asked, hey, how do you write these songs? So we just sort of called it John's song, and the name stuck. Well, Window to My Soul is a 12-track album. It's available on iTunes, Spotify, 36 online stores around the world. CD is available on my website, mattmettingsmusic.com. I hope you take a listen to it. Give me some feedback. I always like hearing from you. And I hope you listen to it. I hope you like it. My name is Matt Mettings. Thanks for watching.